Guys, I'm tired. It's late and I don't want to talk about this game at all. Like, at all. It is completely embarrassing. Like, yes, parity, and you can lose and win against any team in the league on any given night, right? And it was a revenge game. Alec Martinez against his former team, right? And Laurent Brossoit, is he injured? I don't know. We faced Mrazek, not Brossoit, but... You know? And the Chicago Blackhawks, worst team in the league. And on this road trip, the worst team and the third worst team in the league. The Vegas Golden Knights lose. This one against the Chicago Blackhawks 5-3 in an unbelievable game from start to finish. Chicago outplayed us through the first period. And unbelievable. We scored first, 1-0. Yay, Vegas Golden Knights with a goal because yay. Hertl, fantastic play to keep the puck alive in the offensive zone. Passes it over to Petro, whose birthday it was. Happy birthday, Petro. Passes it over to Victor Olofsson across the ice, and he buries it on basically an empty net, open net, 1-0. And, happy birthday assist for Petro. And Tomas Hertl had a fantastic game. He really did. But with like less than 4 minutes left to go in the first period, Chicago scored not one, not two, but 3 freaking goals to end the first period. And it's bad enough because 3 is a very popular number tonight for multiple reasons. But yeah, no, that was terrible, absolutely terrible. The end of the period for Vegas. Absolute 100% collapse. And it wasn't necessarily a collapse because Chicago had outplayed us in the first period. Love to see one of the best teams in the league, top contending teams, that just absolutely blows it against the worst team in the league. But the second period, Vegas crawls their way back in. Tomas Hertl has himself a game with 2 goals in the second period. Theodore sends it up to Hertl, and he just streaks on past all of Chicago and buries it past Mrazek to make it a 3-2 game, inching our way back, and then he scores another one again, assisted by Shea Theodore. But this time it was on the power play, and Theodore on the point just sends it on, and Hertl tips it, and it goes past Mrazek. It's a tie game, 3-3. Would you look at that? I was like, oh yeah, Vegas, finally, they clawed their way back in and had depth scoring. Tomas Hertl being depth scoring is funny because, but, Victor Olofsson chipped it, and it was 3 goals, and it was really just good. Vegas dominated that second period. Just up, down, just did whatever they wanted with the puck, had a bunch of shots on net, and it didn't matter because on Chicago's third shot on goal, which is where the number 3 comes back in, at the end of the second period, Seth Jones buries it. Seth Jones is a good defender. He's just massively overpaid, right? Which, could also be seen as such because he plays for Chicago. So, maybe on a contending team with, top players, he could be worth that contract, but, I doubt it. Same with Nurse. While we're at it, throwing the Oilers under the bus, even though, they're actually... they got 1 point tonight against Vancouver, which, who knows. They take the lead in the Pacific Division. Our comfortable lead that I talked about a couple of days ago in the Pacific is gone, evaporated, because we are 1-5 in the last 6 games. Unacceptable, especially because 4 of those 5 losses against non-playoff teams. The Rangers, sure, yeah, and the Isles, no. Nashville, no. Chicago, absolutely not. And you might think I'm a bit overreacting because, every team can go through a slump. Chicago's going to win games, right? They're not going to go 0-82, right? Just like how Vegas isn't going to go 82-0. But no, Vegas, you need to wake up. You have your full lineup. And Cole Schwindt got injured in this game. He was out. He didn't come back for the rest of the game. So our game on Monday against the St. Louis Blues, that's the next game, will be, I think it's at home. It's at home. We'll probably have Holtz in. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, we were 0-2 without Alexander Holtz. fantastic stuff. When Seth Jones scored that goal, I was like, oh no, Vegas is losing this game. I could have made this video then, but then I wouldn't be able to talk about the 5th goal that Chicago had, right? So let's talk about that one. Chicago on their power play, 5 seconds in, they get the puck, they wire it around, and then they send it on, and Bertuzzi tips it in, and it goes in past Samsonov, and you know, 5-3 with like, there was still like 16 minutes left to go in the game, which was good news for Vegas because, you know, technically the 3rd period is their best period, and they could have clawed their way back from a 2-goal deficit because they have this season to get a 3-goal deficit in the 3rd period. They've done that against Chicago in their history. Well, what was that, 4 years ago? 3 years ago? Where it was, we were down 3-0. We started the 3rd period and just goal immediately to start the 3rd period. But, you know, we can't do that. And I really hope that the reason we're going through this slump right now is because everybody in that locker room is sick with whatever Eichel had. Not because I wish that they would be sick, but because that would just explain a lot, right? Because we finally had a fully healthy lineup with every player that is like on Vegas's roster that could have slotted in to slot in, and they just are blowing it against teams that quite frankly suck. And that's not, that doesn't feel good. That makes me feel like we're pretenders, and that this is the bad place. And, you know,
Jason figured it out? Jason? This is a real low point. Yeah, this one hurts. Ow.
We let Chicago, in the year of our Lord 2025, when they're at the bottom of the league and we're at the top, beat us. That feels fantastic. I don't like Chicago. If I hear Chelsea Dagger at all in the next week, it might trigger me, but you know. Good, no, congrats Chicago fans. Vegas, they tried, but they couldn't put another one past Mrazek, and the game ends, and we didn't pull Samsonov quite at all early enough. We had a power play with like 4 or 5 minutes left to go in the game, and we're down by 2. I would have thought we pull Samsonov then, but then if Chicago buries one, then you're not going to be able to crawl your way past a 3-goal deficit in less than 4 minutes, right? But the problem is our power play never got fully set up, and after that, when we pulled Samsonov with 1:30 left, 1:45, I don't know if you're wanting to, you know, pluck very specifics out of that, it was too late. We're down by 2. What? No. Oh, man. It is so aggravating that to watch games when we're in a slump, and obviously like slumps can happen. It's an 82 game season. That's a lot of games, right? And so, you know, being able to sustain your just ability to do everything that you want and be fantastic, especially when other teams get film on you, like, it's unrealistic. And even if like like, I'm not even talking about losing games here or there, but like the Bruins, you know, their 65 win season 2 years ago, unrealistic to be able to replicate, even though it happened 2 years ago. I don't know. The game against Minnesota feels like so long ago. And even then, that game was pretty close until the like back half of the 3rd period. So like that, you take that with a grain of salt as well, I guess. But nope, yep, I'm done. It was a battle of the Circa Sports jersey ads, the rivalry. They both have Circa Sports as the jersey sponsor patch on the front. So the Civil War of Circa Sports. Not good. Not good. Not good. We've lost twice in regulation against the Chicago Blackhawks in his franchise history in the like 20-so meetings, and one of those was against Fleury in his return to the Fortress, and I guess now against Alec Martinez. And Connor Bedard had a good night. Tomas Hertl, good night for him. But speaking of good night, yeah, nope, that's gonna be it. For Game 46's night review. The Four Nations face-off break cannot come fast enough, honestly, and like it's a month away, right? But like Vegas needs a reset, and I don't know, we really need to reset. These are professional athletes. It's what they're supposed to do. Samsonov didn't have a great game. I'm going back into the game specifics, but like it's because I'm wearing a Logan Thompson jersey, who is doing unbelievably good this season with Washington, and I always thought that he had this in him, and so it's good to see it for him, and I'm happy for him, but also at the same time I'm like, oh, you know, we didn't have to trade him, we could have kept him. it was a good thing that we did. Like, he requested a trade, right? But we didn't have to. We could have just, you know, kept him. Thompson is not going to win the Vezina because Hellebuck is being literally on his own level. But he still might win third in Vezina voting this year, which is insane. Him and Gustafson, who we beat. So, you know, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, no, for real this time, that's going to be it for Game 46's night review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.